I'll do my best to remain quiet for the very important and gripping story. Hero runs.
Dr. R. Muckley, an ex-U.S. Army scientist, has been kidnapped by possible Northside terrorists and taken to NAM's backwoods. So now we, a special force unit, have been organized to rescue him. Go up the Yon River to deceive enemy guard.
So, we have to rescue Dr. Robotnik from possible Northside terrorists because he's building a laser weapon. This is a rescue mission. Anyway, as you can tell, this is a crosshair style shooter, a genre that was not all that popular, but it had some arcade representation. Kind of got started by a game called Empire City 1931, and then later got popularized by Cabal, and its follow-up Blood Brothers. We had Pirates or Pi-Ass earlier in the marathon. It's a genre I've always enjoyed. Like, it's not the same as playing a regular light gun game, because you're not only controlling the crosshair, you're also controlling a character at the same time. It's a bit much to juggle, but once you get used to it, it can be a pretty fun genre. And this game is still one of the best crosshair shooters in my opinion, despite its age. Like I said, when this was one of the very first Neo Geo games that came out. It was when they launched the Neo Geo. It launched with 4 games in most of the world, 5 games in Japan because there was a Mahjong game. So I remember the local mall arcade, they got a 6-slot Neo Geo like when it was brand new, and it had this Baseball Stars Professional, Magician Lord, and Top Players Golf. But what we didn't know back then is that every Neo Geo game is assigned like a product code. And this game's product code was NGM001. So for all intents and purposes, it's kind of like the first Neo Geo game. Even though it was technically released at the same time as 3 or 4 other games, but that's besides the point. This game is also kind of notorious for a stupid little surprise the game throws at you right at the very end of the game, but we'll get into that when the time comes. Anyway, coming up on the first boss here. Some of the bosses are introduced with cutscenes, and this one is pretty good.
New operations have been won.
You will die!
That dude on the left, totally traced from a scene in Full Metal Jacket. There are pictures online pretty much comparing, oh crap, some of the things that were traced over. That would have been really bad if I'd rolled into that. Ah, I killed him too early. I didn't get the points.
This is Firebird. Headquarters. Over. We've been sighted. We'll abandon boat and go through Donang City. Over. How did they know our plan?
How did they know our plan? Okay, so the game didn't throw a random boss at me. After each of the first 4 stages, there's a random chance to encounter basically an extra boss. It's just a short boss battle that just has this chance to ambush you. Nobody knows how to trigger these to this day, and they're kind of a pain in the ass because if you're playing for survival, getting those extra cutscenes can be kind of bad. And if you're playing for score, you need all those to show up if you want the if you want to play for score for maximum points. You know, I just picked up the missile launcher. That's the only time the missile launcher shows up in the game. And it also saved a woman at some point. Her name is Chris Helper. When your last name is Helper, I guess you're just born to help out random people. And she's got a bouncing booty when she fires. She is invincible, but if I lose a life here, she will just take off because she has no interest in corpses. She will stay for the rest of the level, but will not go to the next stage, but she does show up on pretty much every even-numbered stage, 2, 4, and 6. This is a 6-stage game, in case you were curious how long it was. I didn't really talk too much about the control in this game, because that's kind of important. The control scheme in this game, it takes a little getting used to. It was explained in the how to play screen at the beginning, but basically, you know, A button fires. When you hold down the A button, you lock your direction in place. You have to release the A button to move around. B button throws grenades, and then there's the C button, the emergency button. When you hold down C and push left or right, you'll dash to the left or right like this. You can't fire, but it is really important for getting across the screen as quickly as possible. I can't believe I missed that guy. He had the double shot item, which would have been nice for the boss. And there's the flamethrower, which I'm not going to pick up because, well, you know, here's the thing about flamethrowers in video games. They tend to be either really good or really bad. And in this game, it is terrible. It doesn't reach enemies at the top of the screen. The ammo runs out really quickly if you tap the fire button. Don't use the flamethrower in this game. Anyway, Dangerville. This boss has a few random patterns. Most of the time it just flies around and shoots these rockets. This is where you have to have the C button emergency. Oh, I didn't mention the roll maneuver. If you hold the C button, push down left or down right, you do the emergency roll, which you're completely invincible during, but there is some recovery coming out of it, which can get you killed if you use it at the wrong time.
Information from headquarters. New strategy. Contact Allied plane and invade by parachute.
Oh, we got an extra boss. I think this is the steamrollers. Oh no, it's this thing. Oh crap. This one you just kind of want to use all your bombs right away. Don't get caught by poison gas, because you get all your bombs back after the extra boss.
Enemy planes coming in for attack!
So the entirety of Stage 3 is on this giant plane that they blew up the top of, but still seems to be flying okay. Boy, this game is also, this being a first-generation Neo Geo game, they really wanted to show off the capabilities of the Neo Geo. And this game the Neo Geo system had software scaling, so you'll see a lot of things scale in or scale out because they really wanted to show off the capabilities of it. Also, you have to consider that at the time, like, not many video games had like fully voiced cutscenes. But because this game had a lot of storage space on the cartridge, they could fill it up with spoken dialogue. Something you only saw in like I guess like the Turbo CD was out at that time, and you had stuff like Last Alert and Final Zone 2. The double derp face. Here comes a really big plane. You can consider this boss kind of like a R-Type Stage 3 battleship boss, but I mean, this entire game is an auto-scroller, so and yes, there will be random point items when you put evenly spaced bullet holes on the plane. There is some randomness to it. I want to take out that thing as quickly as possible. There goes my phone. volume on that. Yeah, I wish you could... I don't think you have room to draw dicks on the side of the plane. Also, the bullet holes magically repair themselves when the plane goes off screen, which is gonna happen a couple times. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just have to bide my time until these guys disappear. I'll have the chance to get the double sight item that I missed in stage 2. I mean, those don't last for the entire stage, but this chopper has one. There we go. Ah, I didn't destroy that thing. It's kind of a pain. There's one of my favorite enemies, the dancing fat guy. Knock him down, he gets back up. Knock him down, he gets back up. Nothing can stop him in his love of grenades and dancing. Actually, he did die, but his brother took his place. I don't know if there's an official genre name for these type of games. I've always just called them crosshair shooters. And I've seen other people refer to them as such too. It's not an official name, but usually when you call them that, people know what you're referring to. Or you just say, hey, it's like Cabal. And yes, this is a one-hit kill game. There's no life bar, no armor. One hit is death at any given time. So it is a little scary. I don't think the term run and gun really applies to this, because most people call run and guns things like Contra, Metal Slug, and overhead games like Atari Warriors and Shock Troopers, up next on the Retro Gaming Live TV Marathon. Sorry, I got like 3 hours of sleep. I'm kind of loopy right now. Ooh, 10,000 point item. That's rare. Anyway, that's the actual boss. The plane engine. Nothing else mattered except that.
We landed safely. Now we will attack the airport. There is a spy among us, but we must continue.
Oh no, there's a spy! Okay, now we get the steamrollers. What next? I cut that off a little early. Oh well. I don't know where this is happening in relation to everything else. That one's not too hard. Ironically, the hardest of the extra boss battles is the one that happens after stage 1, which luckily I didn't get this time. I have that pattern down pretty well, but it's still kind of scary. And if you fight that thing for the first time, you're definitely going to lose a life or two, because it's a really weird fight. The rest of them aren't too bad. I guess the one that happens after stage 4 can be kind of tricky. Oh, there's Chris Helper again. You can actually kind of shoot her. Like, she starts flashing when you shoot her, but I don't think you can actually kill her. I know I don't mean flashing in that way. Get your head out of the gutter. I'm gonna throw these super bombs at these guys, because they're really annoying. You only get 3 of the super bombs, and the super bomb actually overwrites whatever gun you have at the time, if you have a special gun, like the Balkan. It's supposed to be Vulcan, but somehow got localized into Balkan. But Vulcan's always worth picking up. Unlike the flamethrower. dancing fat guys. Also, the weird thing about Chris Helper is that if you hold down the A button and then run left and right, you can actually, like, keep her position on the screen. But then when you tap left or right, she just kind of glides on over. Slide into them DMs. Oh, shit. Yep. Okay, I shouldn't be doing that. I am amazed I did not die there. I was, like, right on the edge of that explosion. The fat guy just left. He got bored. Those planes have really weird hitboxes, by the way. Like, you kind of have to hit them, like, above where their sprite is before they fully scale up. It's weird. That's a lot of point items. Anyway, stage 4 boss. This guy isn't too hard. But he does have the most important cutscene in the game. I hope everybody's ready for this. Hell yeah! They did that just to show off scaling. God bless you, SNK. This boss also has he has an animation if he kills you where, when he kills you, he starts laughing his ass off and pounding the ground. It's pretty great, but we didn't get to see it.
The field captain gave us new information and orders. Dr. Muckley's daughter, Nancy, was taken with Dr. Muckley. We went to the enemy's arms factory.
Hey, I got 3 out of the 4 extra bosses. They are coming again! They actually have different dialogue for each one of these. Alright, gotta kill the other guys first before killing this reskin from stage 2. Give them points. There we go. Alright, off to the factory. Yeah, this still isn't going to be, like, full-on score run. If you're actually playing this for score, like, this stage is really important because you can actually, like, leech points on the boss by just destroying his barrels over and over, but holy cow, that takes forever, and I don't want to do that. Alright, I'll pick up the flamethrower. This is like maybe the one point where it's decent, at best. Anyway, this stage has this annoying conveyor belt with barrels that are rigged to explode. You can actually shoot the barrels early to make them explode, but they still explode. They'll still kill you if you're right next to them. Otherwise, you gotta roll. Crap. Like right here. Ah! Nope. By this point, the game assumes you have complete mastery of the C button roll. If not, you just put in more coins. Because that's a valid strategy, right? You can totally buy your way to the end of the game. It's an arcade game, right? Or so you think. Alright. Finally got a real gun. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, thank you. And luckily the Balkan ammo actually stacks. You get an extra, not 20 rounds, they just call it rounds of ammo, but it lasts for a while. Also, I love these guys slowly climbing down the ladder. Not really the best plan. Come on, give me some bonuses. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, hey. Is that Nancy Muckley?
Oh, she is definitely Nancy Muckley.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Your real enemy is...
Kapwing! So, this is actually the hardest boss fight in the game. Because you got these... Oh, well, there goes no miss. That's what I was saying. I hate this boss fight. Gotta kill those guys in the vest, like, ASAP. And so there's red barrels and there's purple barrels. The red barrels are normal explosive barrels, but the purple ones leave behind poison gas. So the purple barrels are a lot more dangerous. Luckily I killed the one guy who actually fires more bullets, so... the rest of this fight should be free. And then you can shoot that after the fight.
Tell us, how do you know our plan? I don't know. Oh, wait, I know. Your communications have been intercepted because...
Because...
Enemy's commander was hit by a sniper, but we still got some...
Sniper with an assault rifle.
The laser weapon Dr. Muckley is building is near completion at the enemy camp. We went to the enemy camp, even though we knew it would be dangerous.
For some reason, the sniper only wanted to kill that guy, but not you? I guess you could have a dramatic finale. So, this is the final stage. I lost one life there, but I should be good for the rest of the game. Should be pointed out that you have, you start the game with 3 lives, this is standard. And you get extra lives at 100,000 and 200,000, and there's actually a chance to get a 1-up from an enemy on the stage, so... you can have a total of 6 lives over the course of the game. Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, these bulletproof vest guys are not dying. It's like they're impervious to bullets or something. What could this be? No. If I picked up the flamethrower, I wouldn't be able to hit those guys on top of the hill. There we go. On the pop. Yeah, so this enemy actually drops an extra life. And 50,000 points. Oops. And then I almost didn't pick it up. That would have been something if I died and then the 1-up despawned. No, I'm not using a legit Neo Geo stick. I'm using a PS4 stick. Hori Real Arcade Pro 4. Alright, last chance for Chris Helper. Whoa, come on. These stupid cartwheel guys, I swear. And there's some more Vulcan ammo. The final battle. We are totally gonna save Dr. Muckley. Also, some women are tied up. And then, surprise!
Good luck. No one can stop me.
Dr. Muckley's actually evil. He's on a wheelchair, armed with explosives. This is like third person in a wheelchair in this game.
Too late. You are not the enemy for my new weapon.
And there are the snipers. Another scene that was traced like right off a movie. So I mentioned earlier that, yeah, you'd think you'd be able to credit feed through this game. If you look at the top right, it says, insert coin. But this game has a nasty surprise. After you kill the sniper, the final battle starts, and the game, without any warning, just cuts off continues. If you credit fed all the way here and expected to credit feed against Dr. Muckley, no. You just get rudely cut off, and the game actually has a different ending. A different bad ending that it shows you to rub it in. This did happen to me in the arcade. I imagine it happened to pretty much everybody that tried to credit feed through this game. I will show off the bad ending after this, but let's get the legit clear first. Also, this fight is a lot harder if you die and don't have the Balkan gun anymore, like that. Dr. Muckley actually laughed at me. Chris Helper took off. It's okay. I got 3 lives. And there we go. I wondered for so many years, like, after the game cutoff continues, like, what was the ending to this game? I didn't get to see this game, or didn't get to see the ending until emulation.
Dr. Muckley intended to destroy the world with this laser weapon. Now we are called heroes. But the hell continues.
By arcade game standards, that's not the worst ending. The hell continues, but there would be no NAM-1976 or anything of the sort. Because, you know, Street Fighter 2 came out the next year and SNK went pretty much all in on fighting games. Not all in, but, you know. Also, pretty much everybody's name in the credits ends with P. Except for the guy who did Hard in the sound. See you again next game. Alright, let me make a save state so I don't lose that score. So I'm gonna show off the bad ending real fast before I move on. I put the save state here just so I could show everybody laughing.
Good luck. No one can stop me.
Like Dr. Muckley will laugh at you if you die.
You are not the enemy for my new weapon.
You're not the enemy for my new weapon. And they'll yuck it up too. I don't know why, that's pretty funny. Murder's funny. And then 2-player game over. Also, you get straight up skeletonized by that one fast shot of Muckley's.
The world is mine!
The world is mine, so I'm gonna blow it up. Thanks, Dr. Muckley.
Summer.
Nobody else could stop him.
A nightmare awaits me.
What a rude thing to do to the player.
I'm being recalled to Na-Torm headquarters.
And the worst thing is, you'd probably put in another credit thinking you can continue, and now your credit is just stuck in the cabinet, so now they got you. They got your money, so play it again or play something else on the Neo Geo. The origin of BBH blowing up the world. Anyway, that's NAM-1975.
Awaits me.
Let me give it a little time to switch over, and I will be right back with Shock Troopers. Don't miss it.
Do I have to go back to the hell again?
What?